you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Acadiana News 1. I'm Tim Didier. Thank you for joining us. Today's newscast is a special segment. For several weeks, our team has visited small towns in and around Acadiana, researching, meeting people in the community, and working hard to show some of the best and little-known parts of our area. Our first story takes us to Youngsville. I'm here at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Youngsville, where owner and instructor Courtney Myers is striving to make a difference in people's lives, on and off the mat. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Youngsville is a place where people of all ages can come to learn about self-defense from Myers. Myers began learning from the grandsons of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's creator, Elio Gracie.
Lo and behold, long story short, instead of going to Japan, I went and meet Henner and Hedon in person at Gracie University for 2 weeks, and my journey started.
Gracie's Jiu-Jitsu Youngsville does more than just teach members of the gym grappling techniques. Gracie's Grace gives back. The gym matches donations made by the community and gives membership to children that would be otherwise unable to pay.
We always find this deserving kid, maybe for whatever reason, right? Can't afford a gi, would love to do jiu-jitsu, parents lost their job, kids getting bullied, we get wind of it, we find out the story, he's very deserving, she's very deserving.
Instructors at the gym also train law enforcement officers in jiu-jitsu. And there's Hollywood's Mission, in which proceeds of merchandise designed by Myers' 10-year-old son will be donated to sponsored bullied kids. Myers plans to do all of that and much more. For more information, visit their website, gracieyoungsville.com. How does throwing a temper tantrum relax you? Hannah Grace Adams goes directly to the perfect place for the answer.
After multiple rage rooms popped up around the country, Kevin Richard, CEO and founder of All the Rage, decided to do it too.
Just trying to be clever. There was like maybe 10, 15 rage rooms in the country. All the Rage popped in my head. Thought it was a clever play on words.
Being the only All the Rage room in the country, Richard speaks on the experience that they have to offer.
We started off with the Rage room. We added splatter paint and we added axe throwing. That was successful, so we set up its own room.
Walking through the different rooms, it isn't hard to see why the customers come.
Being the only one in the country helps, because if you search Rage room, you find us. We get customers from Lake Charles, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Behind the scenes, employees Cam Franklin and Alex Dedivo see their job as a combination of work and play.
I'm thankful that I can come in after school and just start breaking bottles if need be. Definitely a different work environment too. Of like,
Whenever I come into work, I feel like it's to help new people find therapeutic solutions for their problems.
Hannah Grace Adams, Acadiana News 1.
All the Rage invites everyone to splash, throw, and splatter their stress away. Coming up after the break, we go to Opelousas to find out what's happening to a familiar building that will impact the economy. And from buggies to Cajun music, we travel to Church Point to get a history lesson about the town and its music. Stay with us.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
we discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things,
but they're all pure
love.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
The St. Landry Parish government has a plan to make a popular building look better and draw more attention to one city. Opelousas residents will soon have a landmark that looks familiar. Jalen Cavalier has the story.
Opelousas is an old city that is not really known for having many attractions, but one place pretty popular is a 75-year-old Yambali building.
The building was built after the organization was actually formed, which was in 1946. The building is still now being used as a rental building.
Robbie Sebastian, owner of Sebastian Dupree Jewelry, is a board member of the Yambali Association, and he says the building has changed over the years.
You had the festival with the fairgrounds, but on the inside of the building you always had a ball. You also had the crowning of the king and the queen.
Jesse Bellard, St. Landry Parish president, is trying to improve the Yambali building so more people would want to use it.
Painting the walls and doing the floors and upgrading the bathrooms to try to get it more rentable, I guess you want to call it.
Bellard has his own history and memories of the Yambali building from when he was a kid.
I would go to the Yambali for the fair, so always enjoying going to the fair every year, and that's what I want to try to get back to.
The St. Landry Parish government bought the Yambali building back in 2013, and now they're looking to transition the building back to its glory days. In Opelousas, I'm Jalen Cavalier, Acadiana News 1.
The Yambali building's next event is a wedding on April 3rd. Church Point is a Cajun town with a bright history. As Sean Jackson reports, Church Point is known for their buggies and a certain sound.
Church Point, Louisiana is known as the buggy capital of the world. Church Point was also known as Plaquemine Brûlée. The name Church Point derives from the point of land near Bayou Plaquemine where the settlement was founded.
Church Point kept buggies a little bit later than other areas around here, mainly because it was basically an agricultural settlement.
In Church Point, buggies, a light one-horse carriage, were still used well after most people were driving.
There were probably still a lot of buggies well after 1950 in Church Point.
Despite holding on to tradition in 1873, early settlers began noticing how Church Point was progressing.
By 1960, I would say we were mechanized. So they started referring to this area as La Pointe de l'Église, the point on the bayou where there was a church.
The first post office used the name Church Point.
In 1873, when there was a post office established here under the name of Church Point.
Church Point has a reputation. It all comes down to the sound of music.
Church Point is known for quite a number of Cajun musicians.
In 1983, the Church Point Buggy Festival was founded and brought people over from the surrounding areas. For Acadiana News 1, I'm Sean Jackson.
Church Point offers a beautiful mixture of Cajun culture. Coming up after the break, we have something sweet from Crowley that's gaining a national following. And in Lafayette, a musician introduces us to a sound that is only found in Acadiana. Stay with us.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Crowley, Louisiana has more than just rice to offer, and as Akila Morris reports it all comes down to a sweet recipe.
It's been about a year and a half since we've moved to Crowley, and the move has been wonderful. I mean,
Shantae and Marty Manuel own a specialty cake shop, Cake Bar, in Crowley, Louisiana. Cake Bar started as a side hobby for Shantae, but it quickly became something more. Cake Bar has 15 cupcake flavors and several other pastries to satisfy a sweet tooth.
This is our lemon board. It is our best-selling item here at Cake Bar. It's very rich. It's not too lemony. How many are you gonna get, Grant? This is our top-selling cupcake, the red velvet cupcake here in Crowley. Has been our #1 seller. We sell several dozen a day. That's cute. This is our strawberry champagne cupcake. We won first place at Rouge et Blanc in Lake Charles. It is a white cake infused with champagne with buttercream and fresh strawberries on top. The next step for Cake Bar, which is one of 347,000 small businesses in Louisiana, is literally going to the next level. Right now we're working on online shipping, so hopefully within the next month or so we'll be able to open that up to nationwide shipping and possibly another location at some point in time.
I'm Akila Morris for Acadiana News 1.
The strawberry champagne cupcake is available every day at Cake Bar. For a full list of pastries, visit their website at cakebar.us. This small town is known all over the world as the boudin capital. Aaliyah Domang has more.
Right outside of Lafayette, Louisiana is Scott, Louisiana, the nation's capital for boudin. Today I'm at Don's, and they're #1 for boudin, cracklings, and specialty meats.
Don's Specialty Meats is a landmark in Acadiana. Mark Cole is the owner.
I started in 1993 at a small location in the Carencro area, probably 3 or 4 employees, and grew to where we are today with about 87 employees.
Located on I-10, locals and tourists stop here to try the #1 boudin. Boudin is a combination of cooked rice, pork, green peppers, onions, and seasoning.
We probably make 12 to 14,000 pounds of boudin a week over here. We have a lot of tourists and traveling people. My business was very good and still is very good because of the traveling people here on I-10 and also the local business.
With nearly 500 restaurants in the Acadiana area, 11% of restaurants were forced to close their doors permanently because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But for Don's Specialty Meats, they were able to get their products to customers all over the country.
Every Monday morning, we probably ship out anywhere from 90 to 100 packages all over the United States. It could be cracklings, it could be boudin, it could be stuffed deboned chickens.
So what makes Don's boudin and specialty meats stand out?
Having it measured the same, your weight of your meat and your seasoning, have the same amount of seasoning, pretty much having the same people do it, has a lot to do with it.
In Scott, I'm Aaliyah Domain for Acadiana News 1.
Scott, Louisiana plans to proceed with the Boudin Festival in October. Reporter Emily Gray went and talked to a local musician who is very proud of his Cajun heritage.
Musician Zachary Fuseli wants people to know all about his love for Cajun music as it started early in his life.
But I was more interested in fiddle playing because I knew the amount of fiddle players in Cajun music was very minimalist.
Being a young fiddle player stuck with him. He has luckily kept his client.
I've played a couple times throughout since it shut down, and those times that I have played have felt really awesome.
Being together with his bandmates and playing Cajun music is what makes being a musician worthwhile for Fuseli.
But there's just something about playing the fiddle that I can express myself better than accordion musically.
Being able to play at festivals and concerts, You get to experience great live and local music.
At Festival Acadian and Creole, because that's all it is Cajun, Creole, Zydeco music.
Even something simple as music can make a big impact on a culture. For Acadiana News 1, I'm Emily Gray.
Be on the lookout for new music by Zachary Fuselier. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tim Didier. We'll see you right here next week.